Now we're going to port our application to Android. Go to developer.android.com/sdk/installing.html. Now step 1 here is to install Eclipse, and you've already done that. So go to step 2, and you can click the link to go to the SDK download page. I'm going to command or control click it so that I open it in a new tab. Here I'm going to click to download the version of the SDK that's appropriate for my operating system. And then I'll go back to the steps to installing the Android plugin. In step 3, there's a link that says installing the ADT plugin. I'm going to click that link and scroll down to downloading the ADT plugin to where I see a URL. This I'm going to need to type into Eclipse. I'm going to select it and copy it, and then before I go to Eclipse, I'm going to go to Finder. And now I'm going to take that folder that was just downloaded, you may have to unzip it of course, and just drag it into your Documents folder. And then I'm going to go to Eclipse. Go to Help, Install New Software, and in the Work With field, paste using Command or Control V the URL that you just copied. Check the box to install the developer tools and then click Next. And you'll see the install details. I'm going to click Next and then choose to accept the terms of the license agreement. Of course, you want to read over that first. And then if you agree to the terms, you can choose that option and click Finish. Then the new software will be downloaded and installed. You may see a security warning that says you are installing content that is unsigned. Now, I actually downloaded this directly from Google, so I trust it. So I'm going to click OK, and we'll wait for the software to be installed. Once you install the plugin, Eclipse will need to restart, so I'm going to click to Restart Now. Once Eclipse is restarted, you may see that the SDK Platform Tools component is missing. So we'll look at managing the SDK Manager to install it. You also may see another pop-up window about the location of your developer tools. If you see that window, you can tell the input box that you already have downloaded it, and you can point your computer to the appropriate location of the folder. And don't worry, because you can always fix that later as well. And let's take a look at what I'm talking about. If I go to Preferences, which is under Eclipse on the Mac and Window on the PC, then you'll see that in the Android tab, I have my SDK location here. If you don't have anything, just click Browse, and then you can browse to that folder on your computer. Once you're inside the Android SDK folder, you can click Open, then click Apply, and then click OK. Now let's look at managing the Android Development Tools plugin. Go to Window, Android SDK Manager. Now this might be married with the AVD Manager if you're on Windows. So we'll launch that. And here what I want to do is just install the Android 2.3.3 API. So I'm going to check that box. And you may be wondering why we're not downloading the latest version of Android. That's just because for this project, we're not using any features specific to later versions of Android. So this will be sufficient for our project. And I'll just click Install 5 Packages, accept the defaults, and then click Install. Now it may take a minute for these to install. You'll see the progress bar going. And once that's complete, you can close the windows. And then we're going to go to Window, AVD Manager. AVD stands for Android Virtual Device. Now with the previous installation of the SDK, I actually created a device already, so I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to click New. And before we go through this, I want to explain that this is actually a simulator for running an Android app. So we're creating this virtual device. So the name is going to be Gingerbread, after the name of the operating system, and I'll choose the target to Android 2.3.3. For the SD card, I'm just going to enter 100 in the size field. Snapshot, I'm going to click Enabled so that this will run faster in the simulator. I recommend doing that as well. And then I'm going to leave the built-in skin at WVGA 800, and then I'm going to click Create AVD. Now I'll close the Android Virtual Device Manager. And then it's time to create a new Android project. So go to File, New. I'm going to go to Other. I'm going to expand the Android folder and then choose Android Project. I'll click Next, and I'll just call this Android_test1. And I'll click Next, and I'm choosing an SDK to target. We only have one, so I'll click Next again. And now I have to specify a package name, so it's going to be com.toddperkins.uar. And I'll click Finish. And then I'm going to expand the folder so I can see the project. And in the source folder, I can expand that and I can see Android_test1 activity.java. Now I'll open that file. And when it opens in the code view, I can see the default code that's written. This creates a Hello World app. And let's see what this looks like in the Android simulator. So then I'll click Run. Then you may need to see a window that asks you to choose which type of application you want to run. Make sure to choose Android application. And then the simulator should launch. And it might take a minute for you to see your app in the simulator. And so once you've waited for the simulator to start up all the way, and again, it may take several minutes for this to happen, you should see the name of your app, which here I have Android_test1. That's the name of the main class that I'm running. And then it says Hello World Android Test 1 activity. So I have the initial Hello World app for Android running in the simulator. And so now you can see we've successfully installed the Android SDK into Eclipse, and we can now build Android apps.